They don't need to understand your vision. They weren't given the blueprint. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, and the second you stop trying to, your whole life shifts. This video will show you why explaining yourself is holding you back and why silence, not noise, is where success is built. Most people are addicted to validation. They want likes, approval, permission, from friends, family, even strangers online. And it's not just teenagers doing this. Adults too. We overshare our dreams, our goals, our next move. And what do we get in return? Doubt, criticism, unsolicited advice, or worse, silence. The kind that makes you question everything. So here's the hard truth. The more you talk, the less you do. The more you explain, the less they believe. And the more energy you spend proving yourself, the less you have left to build yourself. Let me tell you something that changed my life. Silence is a superpower. When you're silent, you become unpredictable. You become focused. You conserve energy. You stop wasting time trying to convert people who were never meant to understand your path. You start becoming the person who just shows results. You know who gets the most attention. Not the loudest person in the room, but the one everyone's watching without even realizing it. The one who disappears for a few months and comes back unrecognizable, mentally stronger, emotionally untouchable, physically leveled up, and spiritually unbothered. Let me ask you something real. How many times have you told someone your goals, only to hear, "Yeah, but what if it doesn't work?" Or worse, they smile, nod, and then disappear when it's time to support you. That's the trap. Every time you explain yourself, you invite noise into your vision. And vision, by its nature, is personal. Not everyone can see it. Some people don't want to see it. Others will pretend to support you but secretly hope you fall, because your ambition makes them feel small. Now imagine you just stopped explaining. You stopped announcing every little plan. You stopped trying to justify why you're doing what you're doing. Instead, you built in silence. You worked when no one was watching. You trained without posting. You invested without showing. You healed without announcing. You moved without noise. And then one day, boom. The results speak for you. You walk in a room, and people feel something different. They can't explain it. You didn't brag. You didn't pitch. But they feel your growth. That's the power of silent work. Quiet consistency. Private progress. Now here's where most people fall off, and maybe you've done this too. You get motivated, you make a plan, and you start telling people. You feel good talking about it. It gives you a rush. But then days go by, and you're still talking. Weeks pass, and now you're tired of the idea. The fire's gone. Why? Because you already felt the reward, without doing the work. It's called the social reality effect. Studies have shown that when we talk about our goals, our brain releases dopamine, the same chemical we get from actually accomplishing something. So your brain thinks you did the hard part, even though you didn't do anything yet. Talking feels productive, but it's not. Real progress doesn't need announcements. It doesn't need updates. You don't need to tell the world you're getting your life together. Just get your life together. You don't need to tell everyone you're cutting people off. Just go silent and focus. And let's talk about energy. Because when you're constantly explaining yourself, you're spending emotional energy convincing people who aren't even rooting for you. That energy could be used to fix your sleep, get your body right, learn a skill, or build a business. But instead, you're arguing with your cousin about why your dream matters. You're overthinking a comment someone made on Instagram. You're replaying a conversation where someone laughed at your plan. Why? Why are you giving away your peace like it's free? You don't owe anyone a PowerPoint presentation of your life. You don't have to justify why you want more. You don't need to explain why you left that job, that relationship, that environment. Growth doesn't need permission. And here's another truth. If they don't understand your silence, they'll never understand your hustle. You know who understands building in silence? Winners. You know who doesn't? Spectators. People who are grinding don't have time to criticize you. They're too busy trying to level up too. But people who are stagnant, they'll analyze your every move, because it distracts them from the fact that they're not moving at all. That's why silence is not weakness. It's a strategy. It's you choosing to protect your dream in its infancy, before it's strong enough to survive the world's opinions. It's you saying, I don't need applause. I need discipline. And let's talk about social media, the place where everyone's trying to look successful before they even become successful. Posting screenshots of plans, sharing every little win, announcing every step. But real bosses don't do that. The most dangerous person in the room is the one who says nothing, but knows everything. The one who looks calm, but is building like a beast behind the scenes. Your silence creates mystery. Mystery builds curiosity. Curiosity brings attention. But you're not chasing attention, you're earning respect. Because when you finally speak, your results echo louder than any explanation could. So what's the real challenge? It's not just about shutting your mouth. It's about trusting yourself enough to stay quiet, even when you feel misunderstood. Even when no one claps for you. Even when it's lonely. Even when people gossip, doubt, or walk away. Can you stay focused when no one is watching? Can you show up for yourself when no one else will? Can you grind in the dark, so one day you shine without saying a word? That's what separates dreamers from doers. Let me give you something real to hold on to. Your future self doesn't need more noise. It needs discipline, focus, and protection. So next time you feel the urge to post, to explain, to defend yourself, to prove them wrong, pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I'm not building for likes. I'm building for legacy. Your silence is sacred. Your work is your loudest statement. Let it speak when it's ready, and trust that it will say more than words ever could. You don't need to go viral. You just need to go all in. Silently. Consistently. Relentlessly. Because when the results come, you won't need to say a word.